So let me get this straight. He arguably whooped Drake's ass, has a #1 song, and is set to headline the Super Bowl next year. Damn. Which is coincidentally the album that we'll be reviewing today. It is his most commercially successful album and has some of his biggest hits. So today we'll be reviewing this Kendrick Lamar album, track by track. So Blood starts off the album by setting this tone and creating the framework for what we understand to be fate and morality, which are themes that appear later on in this album. Basically, on this track, Kendrick narrates a story of trying to innocently help someone, and that same someone who he's trying to help takes his life, which you can use as a metaphor for many different things, blind justice, inequality, etc., etc. But this unpredictability of life continues to weave its way throughout this entire project. Also, this track is incredibly ominous and so engaging. It's really a great way to start off this album. The first big hit off of this album, and it is DNA. It has millions upon millions of views on YouTube and different platforms. I know Humble is the biggest, but I think DNA deserves it. He is rapping with a reason, with a passion, and with a meaning. He touches on a lot of different points here, from race to culture and identity, all things that are a part of him as he dissects himself on this track. It is easily one of the most aggressive tracks he's ever performed, and I think he should perform it again at the Super Bowl. I know it's been some time, but that Fox News reporter that he sampled, I just like to say an absolute fuck you.
Told me that I'ma work myself to death. My girl told me don't let these hoes get in my head.
So here we're a bit more spiritual, as the title Yah, short for Yahweh, delves into Kendrick's disconnect with spirituality and finding his way back. And the way that this track is produced and performed, it's very much reflective of that. You can almost feel like you're a part of this slum, this depression, and finding your way back through this journey.
My enemy won't catch a vibe for this shit. I've been stumped out in front of my mama. My daddy coming.
On Element, he is very much confident in his craft and ready to take on anyone and anything to get things done. He is in his element. He kinda also brags about his skills and capabilities, making it very much known to everyone that if you try to step to him, that it won't be much of a challenge. Some of us didn't get that message the first time. I mean, at that point in his career, he was regarded as one of the best, and post-Drake beef, I know a lot of people have him at that #1 spot. Me personally, not so much, but I won't deny his skills and talent. Also, that line about, I believe his grandparents are dead, so no one's praying for him. That really hits home.
Feel like you want to school, and that's how I made it. Feel like I ain't feeling you all. Feel like removing myself, no feelings.
So on Feel, Kendrick grapples with this pressure of fame and living up to expectations that he have set, and not having the support system to deal with this anxiety. At a certain point, it just feels like he's lashing out at everyone, getting everything he has to say off of his chest, as he also says that he's praying for everyone, but no one's praying for him. His flow, though, is insatiable, and he goes on for 3 minutes, and the instrumental isn't anything grand or lush, so it's just really Kendrick being entertaining all this time.
All I want tonight, just get higher.
On today's crossover episode, we have Riri, which honestly was kind of disappointing. I wanted so much more from this track, and I never got it. I mean, the song is really simple, but it does have one of the weakest hook. It's just a big letdown. It's like having a dream or having something to look forward to, and then you actually get it, and it's not even that good. If you were to break down in tears and just bawl at this song, I would understand, especially after everything that happened in Snowfall. I mean, Franklin had his faults, but these bitches, it honestly did not need to end the way that it did. But this song, man, fuck, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. It is his best song ever.
Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, but that's a nigga.
On the complete other side to Pride, we have Humble, which is iconic from start to end. It's really hard to not even know these lyrics. Like, by now it should be engraved into your mind. There isn't really much I can add to this song that you don't already know. I think on YouTube it's recently hit 1 billion views, so congratulations to him and his team. Yeah, Humble will remain an iconic staple of hip-hop.
Might as well overheat, too close to comfort. That's blood rush my face.
Lust is about the hamster wheel of life. You know, the days just go on, things become habits, everything just loses its meaning, and life becomes sort of insignificant. You sort of feel as though that there isn't a purpose to anything. Usually when we think of lust, it's about the sexual gratification, but here it's more about the satisfaction of anything. More specifically, like that dopamine rush of being on social media or partying, drugs, alcohol. Our attention is so short and we're quickly to move on to the next thing that makes us feel good. I don't know. I never really liked this song. It sounds great. It's performed well. It's good music. It's just not something that I would come to Kendrick for. I don't want this type of music from Kendrick. I'm glad that he's very much capable and can adapt and make things like this. It's just not what I want from him.
The ark to a pool full of sharks, here, take it. Leave them in the wilderness.
This song has a feature from U2. Anyway, racism and America, unfortunately, two things that go hand in hand. Kendrick on this track is very much political as he discusses some of the injustices in his community, as well as the responsibility that he feels being a black man and having the platform that he has. The commentary here is very bold and he clearly shows that he has no issue pushing boundaries. The production on this track in particular is crazy. Like, listening to this song with a good pair of headphones will change your life.
That game is broken. I beat your ass if you jump on my couch. I beat your ass if you walk in this house with tears in your eyes.
Fair deals with the anxieties of his youth and how they've changed and manifested in his adulthood. The fear of threats and violence really contributed to who he is, and this track is just 7 minutes of really heavy ass lyrics. It is truly an experience.
This what I feel like. Laughing to the bank.
This is probably the weakest song off of this album. I mean, thematically it fits, but as a musical piece, it just doesn't sit well with me. The hook isn't that great, the delivery was okay, and the lyrics isn't that profound where I'm willing to look past other things.
I could be serving life while I grow up without a father and die in a gunfight.
So by now I think many of you have heard this story of Duckworth, but I'll quickly summarize it for you. Basically, Kendrick tells the story of his dad, Ducky, who used to work at a KFC in Compton. Top Dog at that point in time used to be in the streets, and he would frequently visit this KFC. Ducky would give him free food, so they kind of knew each other. One day, Top Dog decided to rob this KFC, and during this altercation, he spared Ducky's life. Had this not had happened, we wouldn't have the Kendrick that we knew today. It is a great story, and it is brilliantly told. Great. Let's talk about the album. It's probably a good 7. This may be his most commercially successful album, but I think overall this probably is like second to last in his discography. I mean, the hits still sound great, the production is really well, the rapping skills, everything is here. I just don't think the album flows as well as the others. Top tracks for me would have to be DNA, Duckworth, and Pride. Obviously Pride is the best song of this album. But yeah, those are my thoughts. You can let me know yours, whether you agree, disagree, anything at all. Links to the album will be in the description. I know many of you have heard this album already, so I'm very much prepared for you to disagree with me, but yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.